The situation in Indiana is getting better and better.
For LA, that's her 41st.
Clark stepping back on the baseline, knocking it down from the mid-range.
That's a beautiful mid-range.
In this last game against the Sparks, Caitlin Clark not only made history with an incredible triple-double, but she also became the first rookie to hit 100 three-pointers in a single season. That's right. She's only the sixth player in WNBA history to reach that mark. But wait, the fever is on fire. And it's not just because of Clark. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell are tearing it up. And Coach Christy Sides just won Coach of the Month, a first in franchise history. All of this is happening right now, and we're going to break down every detail in this video. Let's start by talking about the epic game against the Los Angeles Sparks. Caitlin Clark didn't just get a triple-double. She dominated the court with 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. She became the first rookie in WNBA history to achieve a second triple-double. Clark is redefining what it means to be a rookie in the league. But the most impressive part? She made it look easy. Her court vision is out of this world. She was finding teammates who didn't even know they were open. And those three-pointers, Clark didn't just reach the 100 three-pointer mark for the season, she did it with style. She's playing a type of basketball the WNBA has never seen before. And you know what's even crazier. She's doing this consistently. It's not one game here, another there. It's every night. Clark is proving that she's not just hype. She's the real deal. And the Indiana Fever has a superstar on their hands. But folks, we can't talk about the Indiana Fever's success without mentioning Aaliyah Boston. In this game against the Sparks, Boston was a force of nature. She finished with 24 points and 14 rebounds. That's not just a double-double, it's a statement. Boston has been consistent all season, but this performance, it's exactly what the Fever needs for the playoffs. Think about it. In a playoff series, you need someone who can dominate in the paint, someone who can grab that crucial rebound in the fourth quarter. Boston is proving she can be that player. What makes Boston so special is her versatility. She's not just a back-to-the-basket player. She can run a pick and roll, pass the ball, protect the rim. And you know what's most impressive? Boston is only 22 years old. She's still learning, still growing as a player. Imagine what she'll be like in 2 or 3 years. The sky's the limit for Aaliyah Boston, and the Indiana Fever is lucky to have her alongside Caitlin Clark. Now let's talk about the third piece of this incredible puzzle, Kelsey Mitchell. She's been the heart and soul of this Fever team for years. And in this game against the Sparks, she showed once again why. Mitchell finished the game with 18 points. And what's more impressive is how she got those points. She was hitting shots at crucial moments, keeping the pressure on the Sparks when they tried to close the gap. The chemistry between Mitchell and Clark is something else. It's like they've been playing together for years, not months. What makes Mitchell so valuable to this team is her experience. She's been through tough times with the Fever, seen the team struggle at the bottom of the standings. Now she's enjoying the good times with the younger players. And in the middle of all this, we have Coach Christy Sides. She just won Coach of the Month, and for good reason. Can you believe this is the first time in franchise history that a Fever coach has won this award? Sides is making history along with her players. What she's done with this team is nothing short of extraordinary. She took a team that finished with only 5 wins last season and transformed them into a legitimate playoff contender. And we're not just talking about barely making the playoffs. The Fever is playing high-level basketball, competing head-to-head with the best teams in the league. The offensive system that Sides has implemented is perfect for the skills of Clark, Boston, and Mitchell. She's found a way to maximize each player's strengths, creating an offense that is both unpredictable and lethal. But perhaps Sides' most impressive work has been managing expectations and pressure. With all the media attention on Caitlin Clark, it would be easy for the team to get distracted. But Sides has kept the group focused, united. She's created a culture of hard work and constant improvement that's paying off now. This Coach of the Month award isn't just an honor for Sides. It's a recognition of the incredible teamwork we're seeing from the Indiana Fever. But let's take a look at the bigger picture in the WNBA. While the Fever is on the rise, we have a drama unfolding in the fight for the last playoff spot. And who's in the middle of it? None other than Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Reese and the Sky just suffered a tough loss to the Las Vegas Aces. That loss put them in a complicated situation, battling with the Atlanta Dream for the last playoff spot. It's amazing to think that at the beginning of the season, many expected Reese and Clark to be the two dominant rookies. Now, we're seeing two very different paths. While Clark is making history and leading the Fever to the playoffs, Reese is in a fierce battle just to get there. The Sky has crucial games ahead, and they're going to need everything to secure that playoff spot. Meanwhile, the Fever is already thinking about potential playoff matchups. It's fascinating to see how the careers of Clark and Reese, which were so intertwined in college, are unfolding in such different ways in the WNBA. At the beginning of the season, many eyes were on Angel Reese. After all, the Sky was an established team, with a history of recent success in the WNBA. Reese's eyes, in turn, arrived as one of the hyped rookies, promising to bring new energy to the team. The stage seemed set for the Sky to dominate the headlines and establish itself as one of the league's favorite teams. However, the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark had other plans. As the season progressed, it became increasingly clear that something special was happening in Indianapolis. Clark wasn't just playing well for a rookie, she was redefining expectations for newcomers in the WNBA. While the Sky struggled to find consistency and a clear identity with Reese, the Fever seemed to improve with each game. The chemistry between Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell was evident. The result? A Fever team that not only secured a playoff spot but did so convincingly, leaving the Sky behind in the race. Now, on the eve of the playoffs, the WNBA narrative has changed drastically. The focus is no longer on the Sky or any other established team. It's on the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. Fans, analysts, and even players from other teams can't stop talking about this young team's potential in the playoffs. The Sky, on the other hand, finds itself fighting for the last spot, almost like a footnote in the Fever's exciting story. It's a powerful reminder of how quickly things can change in sports, and how a rising star like Clark can transform not just a team, but an entire league. But folks, the story doesn't end here. In fact, this is just the beginning. Think about it. The Indiana Fever isn't just entering the playoffs, they're entering with full force. Imagine the other WNBA teams watching this game against the Sparks. They must be sweating. Clark making triple-doubles, Boston dominating the paint, Mitchell hitting everything. Who's going to stop this team? And don't forget, the Fever has been underestimated all season. A lot of people thought they were just hype because of Caitlin Clark. Well, they just proved they're much more than that. They're a complete team, well-coached and hungry for victory. But here's the kicker. What if this is just the tip of the iceberg? What if Clark, Boston, and Mitchell are still just scratching the surface of their potential? They're young. They're improving with every game. Who knows what they'll be capable of in the playoffs, when the pressure is at its highest? And let's not forget the Christy Sides factor. She's proven to be a master at game adjustments. How is she going to surprise opponents in the playoffs? The Fever is showing that it has all the pieces necessary to be a dominant force in the WNBA. This game against the Sparks showed everything. We saw a clear demonstration of this team's potential, with each player playing a crucial role in the collective success. The balance and synergy between the rising stars and the supporting players are evident, creating a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. And we can't fail to mention the tireless and often underestimated work of Lexi Hull. Hull is the type of player who doesn't always make the headlines or lead the stats, but her impact on the game is undeniable. Her tenacious defense and ability to make smart cuts without the ball are essential to the Fever's success. Hull exemplifies the team spirit and commitment to winning that have characterized this new era of the Fever. With players like Boston and Hull complementing Caitlin Clark's offensive talent and Kelsey Mitchell's leadership, the Fever has all the elements to become a lasting power in the league. The anticipation for this year's playoffs is reaching stratospheric levels. And for good reasons. The regular season has already gifted us with electrifying moments and memorable performances, but the real excitement is just beginning. With the addition of Caitlin Clark to the Indiana Fever, we have a new dimension of expectation. The sensation rookie, who is already breaking records and redefining what's possible for a newcomer in the league, will have her first chance to shine on the playoff stage. Her exceptional court vision, long-range shots, and ability to elevate her teammates game promise to bring a new level of excitement to the postseason. But the excitement doesn't stop there. We have established powers like the New York Liberty and Las Vegas Aces, who spent the regular season in an epic battle for league supremacy. The Liberty represents an almost unstoppable offensive force. On the other hand, the Aces, led by Aja Wilson, seek to defend their title with a lethal mix of individual talent and team chemistry. The collision of these titans in the playoffs promises to be a basketball spectacle of the highest level. Each game will be a fierce battle, With balanced teams and exceptional talents in every corner of the court, Clark's presence adds an element of unpredictability and potential for magical moments, while established teams fight to maintain their dominance. Add to that the growing pressure, intense rivalries, and each player's burning desire to leave their mark on league history, and we have the recipe for what could be the most exciting and memorable postseason in WNBA history. I can't wait to see how all this unfolds. What do you think? Does the Indiana Fever have what it takes to go all the way? Will Clark continue to break records in the playoffs? Will Aaliyah Boston dominate against the league's best centers? And Kelsey Mitchell, will she be the surprise factor that takes the Fever to the title? I want to hear your opinions. Leave in the comments what you think about the Fever's future in the playoffs. Do you think they can surprise and go far, or will inexperience weigh them down? And what about Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky? Will they get that last playoff spot? How do you think this battle will end? Don't forget to like this video if you're as excited as I am about these WNBA playoffs. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button right now to not miss any updates about the WNBA and these young stars who are revolutionizing the game. Thanks for watching and see you next time.